What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today, some Dragon Ball for y'all. So, while I'm taking a look at the characters, of course I've been talking about my new team that I've been playing in Season 3, other teams I've been considering playing. I want to talk about my good old friend, everyone's old friend, GT Goku, and what happened to him this patch. Again, if you like the content on this channel, please consider liking this video or subscribing to my channel. It does help the channel grow a lot and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, let's hop right into it. GT Goku. Obviously, in Season 2, this character really ran the game. There's no other way to put it. He was one of the top 3 characters in the game, along with Teen Gohan and Kid Buu. So actually, I'm of the opinion that he's still pretty strong. Like, if I had to make a tier list right now, I'd probably have him in like S- or like A+. I don't think he's like a top 3 character anymore, but I do think he is still really strong. But the changes they made specifically made it so that a ton of people dropped him, and I think that was kind of one of their major goals. So you have to remember that one of the major goals for Season 3 was definitely, at least initially, character variety. So I do kind of feel like they got this right at the beginning of Season 2, especially when people didn't really know what to play. But then once GT got added to the game, people definitely started figuring out what is like the best type of team to build for Season 2. So in Season 3, we're still, I guess we could still say it's pretty early still, but I find it hard to believe that there would be less than, let's say, 18 characters that could be played in tournaments. I would say 18 out of, we're about to be 40 with UI Goku, which is pretty good. That's almost half the cast. So the first big change that really affected him is his actual auto combo change. So as you can see, it's visually, it's not, it looks weird, I guess, if you remember the old one. And the main thing, of course, is this. So it looks the same here, but it travels much shorter than it used to. Now, remember that characters who can avoid this and like keep on advancing are quite privileged in this game. Like, when a character can continue to advance on a reflect, then they get to keep offense, and you force a guessing game of, do I have to reflect 2 times? And you have to add the part where now you have to start looking to see what is actually happening after the reflect. So for a good example is like Teen Gohan here. So we'll bring him in. So that reaches, right? So that's about this like 15 frames or something. If someone is mashing right away, they're just going to get hit. That's a really big starter. So they have to relax and either reflect twice, or they have to assume you're going to do something and do something in the gap. But even then, that's pretty tough to do. It's still an assumption. So these things had to be built out on an individual basis. There were actual answers for GT Goku's auto combo before. You could backdash twice and make it whiff, but now they just made it so that that part of the guessing game is gone, and now like one reflect, the second hit of auto combo will not advance anymore. That is a pretty big hit to his offense game. So big change number 2, and this one is really huge too, is to his orb. So as you can see here, the bounce back is much farther. It's still -5, but he gets pushed back way farther. When he's alone, this is actually pretty nice, and he has air options too. So he can like move in and out really easily, but the original good thing about the orb is that it let him be super flexible with his assist choices. Like, you did not need high blocks on assist to do mix-ups with him all the time, especially in the corner. So before, something like this would actually lead to a mix-up, but now not even his low reaches. And one of the things about him before is that he kind of had like character-specific mix-ups in that his 2L did not connect on all characters. It only connected on a few, so he'd use 2M. So before, he had a lot of like variable timings for when he could hit you. He could do like either like immediate overhead like this, or he could do like double jab, or he could do, one of my favorites was doing an air dash super late jab. You could do land 2M, land 2L if it was applicable, but now they really made it hard to do lows because you're so far away. So next, and this is pretty important as well, everyone's favorite move in the game, Spirit Bomb, GT Goku Spirit Bomb, is no longer a hard knockdown. This is obviously really big for a bunch of reasons. Solo functionality, threat level. So solo functionality being that he doesn't need assist to mix up all the situation, he could just do it by himself. The threat of being hit by him was very high because that situation would lead to death. But now you can't just use it alone. Now one thing is you can still extend combos off it though into Dragon Rush. It's a slide knockdown, which is still pretty nice. So the last thing that I think really affects his play this season is actually not a change specifically to him, but a change to the game. Another thing we all love, Snap, right? So GT Goku was actually before Universal Fuzzies. So if I had to say the order, like people were already snapping to do fuzzies on the tall characters and stuff, and some of us had ways to do IV fuzzies with assist. So, you know, the same thing as Universal Fuzzy, but use an assist to set it up instead of doing it alone, right? That tech came out around the end of October of last year. So GT was actually the character that I think really brought Snapback back into the light in Season 2, because outside of like Piccolo and Android 18, there wasn't that much reason to snap an opponent in unless they had a character that you want to kill, if you wanted to do some type of mix-up with an assist, or if you could fuzzy them without an assist, right? His normals had such long duration and long animation that you could snap someone in. This was quickly found out around like Evo. You could snap somebody in, right? Do a block string. That's all airtight. Once you get back to the orb, you could do a mix-up, and if you didn't have an assist, you could get it back by that time and do mix-ups like high-lows without them being the guard cancel, because you could guard cancel this move. It was very, very, very strong. It was the first time people were kind of looking into snapping a lot, because if he hit you, there were two things you could do. You could either snap them again, and this is with the goal of getting meter, right? Or if you had the meter already available, you could just catch out and kill them with Spirit Bomb into DR, into whatever supers you want. Or if you had 3 bars, you could just Spirit Bomb them and force them to use Sparking. So that being said though, what does he have left in Season 3 that's still good? Because at the beginning of this video, I did say that I feel like he's like A+, S- still. So one, he is still small and very mobile, right? He's hard to hit. He has beams and the movable ground beam, which is still really, really strong. He's got the half off EXs, that's really good. So despite them not traveling the same way, so this doesn't go as far as it used to. But everything being half off is great. The damage is still pretty good. Even though you can't combo with the hard knockdown Spirit Bomb, you can still extend pretty easily with it. He still has a good level 3 as well. He still does have this. And while this is not Spirit Bomb levels of Oki, like it's still pretty good Oki that you get off this. He still gets the late game level 1 buff, so by late game I mean like if a character's dead, his level 1 gets buffed for the rest of the game. That's good. And most importantly, he has this assist. One of my favorite assists in the whole game. His A assist, his Kamehameha. It's still a very, very, very top tier assist. It's still really good at controlling space. So overall, where is he at? I think he's still good. He's just less flexible than he is before. So overall, where's GT? I think he's still a pretty good character. Like I said, not top tier, but like definitely on the higher end of the cast. And his main thing and the goal with the changes they went for is that he's less flexible. Like he had so much before. The real thing is he had so much things, so many tools, so many things that were good, and you could do them with like any character. Like you could extend combos with any character. You could get Spirit Bomb off almost every assist consistently, and normally where like there's some characters where they could only get mix-ups with a certain type of assist, like a high block stun, like Kid Buu-esque assist. So if you have Kid Buu with GT, you get great mix-ups, right? But you also got great mix-ups with beams. You got great mix-ups with DPs. You got great mix-ups with mostly everybody. So now the best stuff he gets, he really needs a block stun assist now to get stuff, especially because of the change they made to the orb. Because without this, now he has to rely on system mechanics way more. Now his level 3, like I said, still really good. It's not Spirit Bomb good, but still like it's like 80% of the way there. So to me, he's mostly intact. Just he can't be put on every team, and I think that was the real goal. Alright, let me know what you guys think about this. Again, I do feel like he is in a pretty good spot this season anyway. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.